Yeah, well, I can see you're mad at me. And your mother, she's wonderful.
Then why didn't she choose someone like you with a gun?
You don't know me, I don't know you. You get in my car, I'm taking you to your mom.
Well, the film really is about this character. It's about the fact that this person chooses alcohol, and then the alcohol chooses the story. It's about a woman who abducts a child for money and goes on the run with him. She's an American woman, and they end up in Mexico. I think she's the only woman, maybe in history, but certainly in cinematic history, she's the only person to crash through the border from the United States to Mexico.
Trust me. Your problem with drinking.
What?
Well, I want you, Wednesday, you don't drink.
Oh, yeah. Sure? No, sure. Yeah, sure. Wednesday I'll be straight.
Good.
She's very far outside of my own personal experience and my own personal rhythm. So I really had to build something outside of myself. I had to build myself a new body, for example. You know, she needed a kind of flesh that I don't have myself. The reason I laugh when you say that she was glamorous is that actually what I was trying to do was to set out to make her look a wreck. You know, she's a wreck, really. Sure, she uses the mask of a lot of makeup and these kind of incredible clothes, but she's also physically, you know, she is, as the character says to her in the film, she is an out-of-control, suicidal drunk. And I wanted it to be possible to look at this woman and think, you are actually killing yourself, you are certainly ruining yourself. You know, she thinks she is a glamorous individual. She probably was very glamorous 20 years ago, but she's in her 40s now, and she's hanging on to a way of life that is, you know, she's getting tired. And I wanted to show that kind of ruin feel and the feeling of deterioration. So, yeah, I like that you think it was glamorous.
Okay, and here's when I'm taking the gun and I'm shooting on his direction.
Whoa. That is the first time I've heard you bring up a gun.
Well, it's...
Because I'm not...
it's only to frighten him. Because I need to take his car keys and the cell phone. It's only that. Don't worry. So in the moment that he needs to, you know, reach someone, we're going to be really far away. So, okay, that is going to be your sign to come and pick us up right here.
The border in the film, the manifestation, the actual physical, geographical border between the United States and Mexico is in a way a character in the film. And this crossing of a border is very much, you know, in the subtext of her journey. And that, of course, is the journey of the addict. You cross a border and you give up all control. Once you cross that border, when you make your life completely managed by your substance, in her case it's alcohol, then you've crossed the border and you're in an unknown land, and you're in a sort of free fall.
What do you mean you don't want to see her? I want to go home. Look, we're so near now. We're you know, we crossed the border last night. We're in Mexico now. We're in her country. We're in your country.
This is Mexico?
My inspiration was, like most of us, hung around alcoholics a lot. You know, it's very hard to avoid alcoholism these days, or maybe ever. And I've known a lot of Julias. Yeah, people I've known, a lot of people I've known. Well, I met Erick Zonca once, only once, in Cannes years ago, and I liked him very much. We just had we were with a group of friends. We were in a very sort of quite hilarious situation of being thrown out of a Cannes official party when we both had films there, or I was on a jury or something and he had a film, and we were being thrown out, and it was very funny. And maybe he thought I was drunk. I wasn't drunk. I'm not a drinker, but he says he was drunk. Anyway, and years later I heard that he was working on a project with me in mind, and I found this really fascinating, that I'm used to working with filmmakers that I know very well, who know me, and you know, generally speaking, that's been my practice, to work with people who maybe devise work for me because they know me personally. And the idea of someone working on something for me when they'd met me once for an evening was really intriguing. And then when he finally approached me with the project and showed me what it was, I was really amazed that he has such an extraordinary instinct, because it's really a subject and, in a way, a performance that I've been wanting to give for years, but nobody knows that. I don't know how he knew that. You know, it was really strange. Nobody really, apart from maybe my brothers and my children, would know that I would be able to, you know, relish playing Julia. I think, you know, most people think of me quite differently. So he has an extraordinary instinct.
Do not waste a second thinking that you've got these magical, incredible powers, because what you are is an out-of-control, suicidal, blind alcoholic.